Hi, I'm ZKast from ZK Research, and I'm here for another ZK short video. I'm here at NASDAQ's headquarters in New York, and I'm here with Jess Smith from 8x8. Congratulations, you guys are hosting an event here today to unveil your new tagline, right? Communications for the customer obsessed. Can you talk a little bit about what that means?
Yes, absolutely. We're extremely excited. So really, communications for the customer obsessed is all about our customer experience technology and how we are making improvements and advancements in that technology that allows our customers to effectively and in a more improved way communicate with their customers. So it's a little bit of a double entendre, if you will.
Yeah.
We are completely customer obsessed, and we are also, again, really working to innovate and make sure that we are really focused on our customer experience technology so that our customers, again, can really make some incredible advancements in how they are servicing their client base.
Yeah, obviously over the last few years, particularly since the pandemic began, there's been a tremendous focus on customer experience. In fact, my research shows that customer experience is now the top brand differentiator. In fact, an interesting data point is that last year, 2/3 of millennials admitted they changed loyalties to a brand because of a single bad experience, right? So this concept of customer obsession has become a lot more commonplace. What I find difficult, though, is when I talk to other vendors, I don't often get any good concrete examples. Do you have any good customer examples of things your customers have done to improve the way they deal with their customers?
Yeah, sure. Quite a few come to mind, but I want to first talk about using analytics, because I think it's a really, really key factor in not only understanding your customers, but understanding where you can make performance improvements, where you can better enable your agents to up-level that interaction with customers. And specifically what comes to mind, quality management for coaching and performance, as well as speech analytics. These are really two phenomenal solutions coupled with live monitoring that not only allows supervisors to enhance their performance, but they can have the visibility into their team's metrics to really help them understand, here's what we need you to do to make sure that we can tweak customer satisfaction in this sense, or here's what we're recognizing our customers are maybe looking for more from us. Additionally, I need to add to this point because we're launching something that is pretty powerful, which is the supervisor workspace.
Yes.
And the supervisor workspace is going to make it possible for supervisors, managers, leaders within the contact center to be able to take that data from quality management, from speech analytics, from perhaps 8x8 contact center or external sources. Think ticketing, think CRM, you name it, and you're going to be able to visualize all that data in one single pane of glass. So you're going to have that aggregate summary of what's happening with my agents, with my customers, and where can I make those tweaks on a day-to-day, hour-by-hour type basis.
So the old way of doing that, though, was that supervisor would they would be the human integration point for the technology, right? They'd be looking at multiple panes of glass, I suppose, but trying to cobble together the different points of information and then manually correlate it to find those insights.
You got it. And if anything, I think that in many cases you see teams doing a lot of this, right? And by teams, I mean specific entities within the organization, right? Where you have folks aggregating from quality management, you have folks aggregating from specific contact center, ACD, IVR metrics, and then really trying to analyze across all these different systems. Okay, what story is the data telling me? As opposed to with Supervisor Workspace, we're going to allow that to be visualized all in one application.
Yeah, and I know a big focus of conversation here, we've been hearing about artificial intelligence all day long. So what role is...
Topic.
Yeah, it is a hot topic. And I think it scares some people because they're not really sure, should we be turning all the analytics and decisions over to the machines? But what is the role of AI here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And AI is such a broad topic, as you well know.
It's a little bit like saying what's the role of math, right?
Completely.
Yeah.
It's got a role for just about everything. And I think the way in which we are looking at infusing AI into our platform is just that. We're not thinking about this as a specific add-on to certain products. We are thinking about this at a platform level to make sure that whether it's our own intelligence or conversational AI from leading solutions or even niche chatbot solutions, we are allowing our platform to very easily connect with all of that to service different parts of the customer experience. Let's take, for example, chatbots, right? I think it's one that we can all completely relate to.
A lot of people hate chatbots.
A lot of people hate chatbots, right? And something that I keep saying is, yes, the technology's improved, but your chatbot is only as good as all of these different data inputs. It's the analysis of the structured and the unstructured data that can make that bot really powerful And oh, by the way, integrating with your different systems that allow for that interaction to be really personalized. So bot experiences can be really great. You just got to make sure that you're feeding it with the right amount of information. And that is what 8x8 is really looking to do in connecting with these different AI ML engines.
Yeah, in fact, I've often cautioned companies, don't use chatbots unless you're using AI. Because all it is then, it's a digital IVR.
Yeah, otherwise you've frustrated the customer even more, right? Exactly.
Yeah, and so what does this mean for the agent? I hear too that I think some agents are concerned that with more AI, it would mean that their jobs are going away. Do you see that, or do you think there's still a role for the agent?
First of all, I think there's absolutely still a role for the agent. And if anything, some of our data has actually shown us that agents are very receptive to AI coming into their world in the form of something like Agent Assist. It's making them smarter. It's making them better at their job. They're therefore able to effectively service a customer who might be very frustrated, and the agent is lost as far as maybe where to go in that conversation. All of a sudden you have a solution like Agent Assist pop up for them and give them a recommendation, and before you know it, that agent is clicking through a knowledge base and able to help resolve the customer's inquiry. So I think that we need to consider AI as supplemental to the agent's experience as opposed to a complete replacement. You're always going to have people that will prefer that live assistance and need the live assistance, and then you're also going to have people that say, I just have a very simple question. The chatbot is going to be perfect for that. So they need to coexist.
It's interesting because I had a conversation with one of the CIOs of a bank, and they put in a mobile application, and they thought targeting it towards the younger people, that audience wouldn't want to talk to agents. And what they found is when people want to talk about money, no matter what the age demographic, they want to talk to somebody. And so anytime you have anything that gives you anxiety, health records, money, things like that, that is a good role for the agent. I think what you're doing is allowing agents, correct me if I'm wrong, to become almost a super agent.
Yeah, and actually the concept of a super agent is a really good one in thinking about just how multifaceted the customer journey has gotten. We're now living in a day and age where you hop on a web chat and have a bot experience, or maybe you call a particular business, you send an email, you're using SMS, and because of all those different actions and because of that very complex and sophisticated journey, there's now this huge emphasis and a lot of pressure on the agent's shoulder to perform for all those different channels. What 8x8 is doing is we're trying to make that agent's experience really, really simplified. So they're handling all those channels in a seamless flow of work, plus having all of the customer journey context relevant to them and surfaced up in that interaction so they can really effectively move through that journey with the customer. And that's, I think, the modern super agent that we talk about, and really what we're trying to do is make that data available to them so they can perform their job with ease.
All right, now you have gone to market in the past with the term ZKast, right? And that did discuss both sides of the communications coin, right? Unified communications and contact center. With this shift to customer obsession, does that mean you're getting out of the UC business?
First of all, absolutely not. UC is definitely still a very core part of our strategy, and something I want to emphasize is ZKast stands for Experience Communications as a Service, and it's really that experience that we're really focused on now. We are considering those experiences within the organization from an employee perspective, from a customer perspective. Right now, we're really just trying to make sure that we are providing an organization all the tools necessary to effectively service their customers. Employees are a core part of that. So we're going to be really focused on making sure they've got the right collaboration tools, making sure they've got the right workspaces to be able to interact with one another and interact with customers. So there's a really strong place for our ZKast story moving forward. We're just kind of flipping the switch a little bit to lead with customer experience. Okay,
yeah, that's good, because I think it can have a big impact there. In fact, I was listening to the customer panel that you moderated, one of your customers talking about the old way where they had two separate systems where they'd have a call come in, they'd have to go to a different system, they'd have to look something up, they'd have to get back to the call, and it created this very disjointed type of interaction with the customer. And if there's one thing customers don't like, it's that. Right, so.
Completely, yeah. And that experience is not something unlike things we haven't heard in the market. Yeah. I think it's relatively common to not only see a couple of different disparate solutions in terms of servicing your customers, but 5, 6, 7, 13. So, having all of these different applications was a very antiquated way of looking at not only customer experience, but your collaboration unit altogether. So what we're really trying to do is, again, have that single platform approach to be able to unify all these different technologies to really, make that experience one of the past.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think that's worth highlighting. While every vendor in the space talks about integrated UCaaS, CCaaS. Very few actually have an integrated, modernized back end. In fact, arguably, you might be the only one today. So.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that, because it's certainly something that we know, and we know very well. And it, again, is because of that, modern microservices architecture that we truly have been able to bring UC and CC from one platform. And there are a lot of folks in the space that, they're out there, doing this through partnerships, and certainly nothing wrong with that. But because of the single platform story, you are able, again, to really, really with ease service employees and customers, and then have the effective insights and all of that visibility that's necessary to improve things like your AI, right? Having that single data lake.
All right, Jess, well, thanks very much for the update here. Congratulations again on the launch. I'm assuming what we saw today is just the start of the new 8x8.
Much more to come. Yeah. Much more to come.
All right, looking forward to keeping up with you again. If you're watching this, thanks for joining. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on another video.